Andrew Tate. The mask of machismo slips to reveal a monster. Andrew Tate struts across the digital stage like a peacock on steroids, feathers puffed with bravado, preaching a gospel of hypermasculinity to a legion of lost boys and keyboard warriors. He's the self-proclaimed top G, a former kickboxer turned influencer who's built an empire on the shaky foundation of misogyny, hustle porn, and a carefully curated image of untouchable swagger. But peel back the layers of this grotesque caricature, and what's left isn't a king of men. It's a coward hiding behind a screen, a predator cloaked in bravado, accused of crimes so vile they'd make your stomach churn. Let's not mince words. Andrew Tate, alongside his brother Tristan, stands accused of human trafficking, rape, and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women. These aren't petty allegations or tabloid fodder. They're the kind of charges that should send shivers down your spine. Romanian authorities claim the Tate brothers lured women, some as young as minors, under false pretenses of love and luxury, only to trap them in a nightmare of coercion and abuse. The accusations paint a picture of a calculated operation, women transported across borders, stripped of autonomy, and forced into pornographic servitude, their bodies branded with tattoos screaming, "Owned by Tate." This isn't a misunderstanding or a Matrix attack, as Tate loves to spin it. It's a grotesque tableau of exploitation, allegedly orchestrated by a man who spent years preaching that women are property to be controlled. And the evidence? It's not just whispers in the wind. Romanian prosecutors have been digging into the Tates since their arrest in December 2022, unearthing text exchanges and testimonies that read like a horror script. One American woman, identified as Jane Doe in a U.S. lawsuit, alleges she was deceived into traveling to Romania, where the brothers tried to coerce her into sex work. She claims they bullied and harassed her when she resisted, a story echoed by others who've come forward. In the UK, 4 British women are suing Andrew Tate, accusing him of rape, sexual violence, and physical abuse. Allegations so severe the Crown Prosecution Service once considered charges before letting them lapse in 2019. Then there's the second Romanian case, trafficking Ukrainian refugees. One reportedly denied access to her family, her OnlyFans account controlled by the Tates like puppet masters pulling strings. The details are sickening, visceral in their brutality. Tate's defense? A pathetic sleight of hand. He's cried that it's all a persona, a fake bravado for the cameras, as if play-acting misogyny absolves the real-world wreckage. Or he pivots to conspiracy, claiming his wealth and outspokenness make him a target of some shadowy matrix. But the stench of his own words betrays him. This is a man who's bragged about enjoying a woman's resistance to his advances, who's taught men to assault women who dare question them, who's built a cult following on the idea that rape victims bear blame. His online courses, like the Pimp and Hose degree, allegedly coached men to manipulate and isolate women, a playbook that mirrors the trafficking accusations to an eerie degree. He's not a misunderstood martyr. He's a walking red flag who's finally tripped over his own arrogance. The fallout is a slow-motion car crash, banned from TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook for hate speech, where he once sneered that women should bear responsibility for sexual assault. He's clawed his way back onto X, where he crows about freedom under Trump's shadow. And that's the latest twist. The Tates fled Romania for Florida in February 2025. Travel restrictions lifted after alleged pressure from Trump administration officials. Victims and advocates scream betrayal. Romania's case isn't dropped, yet here they are, swaggering into Fort Lauderdale like they've dodged the Reaper. Florida's Attorney General is now sniffing around, but Tate's already spinning it, whining about media pressure to Governor Ron DeSantis while painting himself as a victim. It's a nauseating display of privilege and denial. This isn't about free speech or woke persecution. It's about a man who's allegedly preyed on the vulnerable, turning desperation into profit and power. His fans, millions of impressionable young men, lap up his bravado, blind to the rot beneath. But the mask is slipping. The top G isn't a titan. He's a hollow shell, a bully whose empire teeters on the edge of collapse. If justice holds, Andrew Tate won't just fall, he'll crash, and the visceral truth of his alleged crimes will bury him. Until then, every strut, every tweet, every smug grin is a taunt to those he's hurt, a reminder that monsters don't always lurk in shadows. Sometimes they bask in the spotlight, daring us to look away. By Sinfamous Gamer, aka Scott Young.